So you did CFTe and CMT.
Yes.
So any reason, because both these certifications are slightly different.
Yes.
Because one is taking towards personal finance,
Yes.
one is technical analysis. So what was the reason that you took both of them?
So chartered financial planning got me closer to wealth management, and I have a passion towards markets.
If you can give a brief about that certification to the audience.
Right.
What is there? Who should do it? How many levels?
Right. Sure. So there are 3 levels in CMT. Level 1, 2 and 3. 1 and 2 will focus on technical analysis, and level 3 will focus on portfolio management. There is hardly 20% portion in level 3. Level 3 will be more of portfolio management, data back, or what is backtesting, how does backtesting happen, how do you create a portfolio, how do you create a mock portfolio. This happens in level 3.
What kind of roles are available if you end up doing CFT?
You start as an analyst, you can start as a technical analyst, then some of the fund managers are also looking at quants and technical combinations. So they are using databases like Bloomberg, Refinitiv, FactSet.
And what is the difference between the CMT and the CFTe? What is the difference?
So CFT is catering to markets. You'll have a lot of US based examples.
The role that you're doing right now, which is the product role in the wealth management space. Apart from the wealth management area, where the technical analysis is helping you? Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And as a part of that journey, we are doing podcasts with a lot of people who are from industry and who are into different roles and trying to understand what it takes to make a career in finance. And today we have with us Aniket Bhatia. He has done 7 degrees: BCom, MBA, CS, Law, CFT, CMT, and CFTe. 7 degrees. And how did he move from a relationship management role, which is kind of sales, towards a back office role, which is technical analysis and product? So Aniket, thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us. For the audience, I've given a brief about you, but still, if you can tell about your journey after your graduation, what you have done.
Sure. Thank you for having me. Before I start, I just wanted to tell that whatever I'm speaking are my views and not the views of my previous or current employer. My journey from BCom is I'm born and brought up in Bombay. Did my graduation from Mitibai. During graduation, I completed my company secretary, and with CS, a law degree goes very well in hand. So I did my law from Jitendra Chauhan College of Law. My first job was in corporate finance, where I was working for a startup where I was doing law, finance, as well as relationship management. I then decided to do my MBA finance from NMIMS Mumbai. I did a lot of internships there. I wanted to get into corporate banking or equity research. I did 4 internships during my MBA.
4 internships?
Yeah, I did 4 internships during my MBA. My first job after MBA was in corporate banking, ICICI Bank. I worked there for 3 years as a relationship manager, which sir was mentioning is kind of sales. Then I completed my chartered financial planning and CMT. In COVID, I had a lot of time. I was like, okay, I want to upskill myself and I wanted to get closer to the markets. I got an opportunity after ICICI with a company called London Stock Exchange Group, which is a data analytics company. I worked there post ICICI, I joined there. I worked there for 2 years, and then I got an opportunity at Byside. Currently, I'm working for a wealth management platform. During my time with one of my companies, that is London Stock Exchange Group, I got a chance to, I proactively went to them and told them that I'm a CMT. I want to go and teach technical analysis. How can I do? So they made me the face for technical analysis for that company. I've taught 1,400 people on technicals. These are buy side, sell side, wealth managers, and bankers.
So wonderful. Now, just going back to the introduction that you had. So you did CFTe and CMT.
Yes.
So any reason, because both these certifications are slightly different.
Yes.
Because one is taking towards personal finance.
Yes.
One is technical analysis. So what was the reason that you took both of them?
So chartered financial planning got me closer to wealth management, and I have a passion towards markets. I do technical analysis. I enjoy the thrill of doing charts and looking at charts. So the logic was both the financial degrees. These are good alternatives to CFA right now. I have done my CFA level 1, pursuing my level 2, but during COVID, I don't know if you guys remember, CFA was not allowing
the exams were not
happening.
Yes.
So rather than sitting idle, I wanted to complete these degrees and get me closer to the markets. Both the degrees have helped me in my career journey.
Now, when you joined the initial bank for the relationship management role, so was that related to retail banking or what?
It is corporate banking. I'll explain my role. My role was to ensure that big companies take a loan from ICICI Bank. These are WCDL loans, bank guarantees, and they don't go to other rival banks. So I had to maintain good relationships with CXOs and CFOs.
Okay. And then from there you moved to the London
Stock Exchange.
That there also it was kind of this relationship management or a
Yes.
sales related.
Yes.
And you got the opportunity to meet a lot of people, like you mentioned.
Yes.
And what was the shift? I mean, what led to that shift from that relationship management role to the technical analysis role?
Right.
So if you can give us a journey about
Sure.
that.
So that's where the degree helped. CMT and CFP helped. What do degrees do? They show you an interest or inclination towards a particular place.
Right.
So my hiring manager saw that interest, and once I joined the company, I was given a platform. I saw that there's an opportunity to teach technical analysis, and technicals were picking up. It's still picking up in India a lot. A lot of people have interest in it. So I went and proactively reached out that, hey, this is my background. I can go and teach. This is not part of my job profile, but I proactively went out and I said, I can teach technicals. First, an experiment was done to teach in-house. First, I taught the company in-house, and then the teaching went on to buy-side and sell-side customers.
So this gave you an exposure to a lot of people in the industry.
Yes. I met almost all the fund managers out there in Bombay. I was covering the Bombay region, so I've interacted with someone or the other. So
this opportunity was given to you, or you proactively got?
I proactively went and approached it.
Okay, interesting. And how did it help you to land for that investment analysis, technical analysis role?
Yeah. So networking helped. One of my clients had seen my work, and as a relationship manager as well as a technical analyst, that helped me get into that profile.
Okay, so basically having a certification plus taking that one step ahead and doing networking also.
Yes.
Because the role do need the technical analysis role help. CMT was helping you to land that role, but because you were doing a lot of other activities, it got the visibility.
Right.
This is a very important point. With a lot of students, they, even if they are doing CFA or FRM or any of these certifications, they feel that only doing certification is the end. So this is just a stepping stone.
Right.
After that, you still have to take a lot of effort. Now, when we were talking about CMT, if you can give a brief about that certification to the audience.
Right.
What is there? Who should do it? How many levels?
Right. Sure. So there are 3 levels in CMT. Level 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 will focus on technical analysis, and level 3 will focus on portfolio management. 80% of your technical analysis will be covered in level 1 and 2. There is hardly 20% portion in level 3. Okay. Level 3 will be more of portfolio management, data back, or what is backtesting. How does backtesting happen? How do you create a portfolio? How do you create a mock portfolio? This happens in level 3. Who should do CMT? Anybody who is interested in being close to the markets, anybody who is interested in technical analysis and in portfolio management. So there are a lot of fund managers also who are going towards CMT. I know few fund managers from ICICI who have done their CFA, but now they're also pursuing the CMT because they're using both fundamentals and technical analysis for their funds.
Okay. And what kind of roles are available if you end up doing CMT?
Sure. So you start as an analyst, you can start as a technical analyst. Then some of the fund managers are also looking at quants and technical combinations. So they're using databases like Bloomberg, Refinitiv, FactSet to do quants as well as technicals together. So fund management, equity research, technical analysis, even relationship management roles open up. I've seen a lot of institution sales people doing CMT who can talk more about the market because they have an idea of where the market is going. I saw one of your podcasts, someone mentioned that having a market view is very important. So CMT helps you get a market view. If you are observing the market, close to the market, CMT helps.
And in India, the perception is there that a lot of people do technical,
right,
but they are doing it from the share market perspective.
Right.
I want to make some money.
Right.
So how CMT can help them to get the knowledge and the base clear?
CMT curriculum is very exciting and good. What it does is it combines a lot of books and made a curriculum based on them. Okay, so it gives you a lot of reference books as well. So you get a overall 360-degree view on how does technicals work and what works in technicals. Technicals is nothing but behavioral finance. In level 3 and level 2, they emphasize what is behavioral finance, what is buy and sell mentality. So CMT helps there. Once you understand the mentality, you will understand that where are the stop losses. You will understand where are the institutions coming and taking your stop losses, and why does that happen. So after CMT, one thing that changed in my view on technicals is I understood where the institutions are putting the stop losses, or if you've put a stop losses, where it can get triggered. So it really helps over there.
Okay, and so now from the post your job opportunity that you took at the technical role, the back office role,
yes,
you moved to the wealth management side.
Yes.
Now, if you can explain where somebody who is coming from the CMT background, or say CFP is connected to wealth management,
yes,
but CMT is able to get into the wealth management space? And
Sure.
what are the different teams that you have?
Sure. In wealth management, there is a conception that it's all about sales. It's really not. There are three kind of roles available in wealth management. One is the product role, wherein you will be analyzing fund managers whether they're beating the benchmarks or not beating the benchmark, whether how their portfolio is structured, and what are the returns they're generating compared to the benchmarks. Then there is an IC role that's called investment counselor, investment strategist. Different companies call it different thing, but the role basically they create the mandate for the customers. They will understand their clients' needs and accordingly build a portfolio for them. They don't have any sales targets. Then there is a relationship manager role, wherein your job is to maintain relationships, get a revenue for the company. It's a very simple mandate, industry standard, that whatever is your salary that you're quoting, you have to get at least 3 times the revenue for the company. That's the sales role. How does CMT help? CMT is close to the markets. CMT helped me convert all three roles out there in the industry, because I was close to the markets, I was following the markets, and they knew that this guy has interest. I used to read 70 research reports on a monthly basis.
70.
70. I used to read 70
Oh.
research reports on a monthly basis, create market outlooks, and CMT helped me understand what the market is talking about. CMT helped, MBA Finance helped, CFP helped. So it helps. When you have a vast plethora of things to read, your background helps.
Wonderful. And also, you mentioned about the three different teams. So what I understood, and I'm making it simple for the audience.
Yeah.
So the relationship management team is ideally responsible for getting the client onboarded.
Yes.
Then the IC team will come and he will basically have the discussion with the client, trying to understand what is his risk profile,
Right.
what kind of asset he want to have,
Right.
what is his goal basically.
Yes.
And then build a portfolio for that, and
Yes.
then the money get invested.
Yes.
And the third team basically looks at what is happening to the overall portfolio.
Overall portfolio, product, whether they're beating the benchmark or not.
Perfect. Okay. And over here, I also explicitly want to come back to that same point. Okay, when you were moving from that relationship management role, generally the perception in the market is that it is very difficult to come from sales to back office.
Yes.
So, what problems you faced, what challenges you faced, and how did you manage to break that?
How I managed to break it, and there was a lot of challenge moving from a relationship management to a back office role. But when I took proactive efforts to teach or be closer to the market, so that helped. That knowledge base wherein I'm tracking the markets on a daily basis helped. I used to create research reports proactively create research reports.
When you were into the sales
Yes,
roles also.
yes, I used to create research reports and talking about stocks. When my interview process happened, I had to pitch an idea, okay, to two different people. I was sector agnostic. I was covering companies rather than sectors. I could pitch the ideas, and when I spoke on technicals, because I had knowledge, I was able to clear. That is one. How do you conquer that challenge? The other thing is go and proactively meeting people.
How did you do that? Huh? How did you do that?
There are a lot of conferences that happen in Mumbai. Mumbai is the hub for buy side and sell side. A lot of conferences happen. When a part of your company, some are free, some are paid. I was proactively going to conferences, reaching out to fund managers, reaching out to sell side people, and just going and networking and talking to them. So that really helped. Being proactive and tracking the companies really helped me.
Wow. Okay. Because see, when generally I explicitly ask this question again, because it is expected that okay, if you are in sales, you might not know the technical side of it.
Right.
So in the interviews, what kind of questions were asked to you?
Sure. So in the interview, they told me pitch any stock and pitch on a technical level, technical basis. What is your view? And I had to give a 1 month view. So one thing that interesting that happened to me is I had to give a stock pitch and a 1 month view what was happening in the stock and a long term view and some targets. Okay. In 2 weeks, my target was hit for a particular stock, and I got a call back after 2 weeks that okay, let's discuss it further. So that was.
So they waited for 2 weeks.
They waited for 2 weeks. They waited. They would have waited for a month if the target was not hit in a month. But yeah, they waited for 2 weeks.
Okay, this is very interesting because, and one thing that you mentioned, which I think so, a lot of students, irrespective of whichever certification they're doing, if you're not in that role,
right,
what you can do is you can prepare yourself for the next role.
Yes.
So the research report that you were creating,
yes,
that was proactively being done.
Proactively done.
And so it was on all different companies looking at their market data and
yes,
picking up and doing
yes.
it. This is very important for people to understand that you have to be proactive in terms of learning the skill set. You cannot expect that I will get a job and then I will learn.
I agree with you completely.
So this is one conception that I want to highlight. Also, with respect to the certifications that you did, okay, CS, then law, and what is the difference between the CMT and the CFTe? What
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
the difference
So
between them?
CFT is catering to markets. You'll have a lot of US based examples. CFT will have a lot of Europe based examples.
You'll have to give the full form also. People might not.
Yeah, CMT is Chartered Market Technician and CFT is Chartered Financial Technician. So I got an exemption for CFT. I wrote to them that this is my background. I have 6 degrees. Can you please consider this and give me an exemption? So once my CMT was cleared, I got an exemption for CFT.
They have 2 levels.
There are 2 levels. CMT has 3 levels.
So one is catering to the European market, one is catering to the
Yes,
US market.
you'll have a lot of references of European market and US market. In CMT, you'll have references to US, Canada market a lot. In CFT, you'll have European references.
But the basic technical analysis is almost same.
Yes, level 1 and 2 of CMT has a lot of overlap with level 1 and 2 of CFT.
Okay, so if I'm a student and I want to learn, so I can do any one of them.
I would prefer doing CMT. CMT is a little more vast.
Okay.
The curriculum is the level 3 teaches you portfolio management, wherein how to structure a portfolio, what is selection, allocation, whether the fund manager is beating the markets due to selection or they're beating through allocation. So these are topics which people generally get covered in CFA, but CMT also has this in the level 3 curriculum.
So is the CMT certification more technical in the sense from the name itself, but is it more calculation driven like that, or
no, not calculation driven? There are subjects on quant and calculation based, but it's more level 1 and 2 is more on technical analysis. They want to make sure that level 1 and 2 you cover at least 80% of the portion on technicals. Level 3 will be most on back testing, behavioral finance, and portfolio management. What it teaches you in level 3 is why technicals work. Level 1 and 2 will teach you technicals. Level 3 teaches you why technicals work in the market.
Okay. And this role that you're doing right now, which is the product role in the wealth management space, apart from the wealth management area where the technical analysis is helping you, any other industry where you can get, or any other kind of companies where you being a CMT can help you to enter?
See, being a CMT, what I have seen in the market, it helps you to enter sell side roles. Okay, you start as a technical analyst, and then you also evolve yourself into quant or fundamentals. So a lot of technical analysts have joined sell side, and they are doing quant and fundamentals together. Only technicals you will definitely get an entry, but you have to upskill yourself. That is what my observation is.
Because you'll find more roles related to fundamental in the market as compared to technical.
Yes.
As of now.
Now. Then one is sell side. Then the other I've seen is buy side. People are also entering into buy side. Buy side helps you take the actual position of the customer, of the clients in the market. So buy side, I've seen that at least there's one person who practices technicals. There'll be a combination of an equity research analyst and a technical guy, but there'll be one person who looks at quants and who looks at charts. Another role that helps is institution sales. Institution sales people have to talk about the markets. They have to go and pitch stocks on whatever is the idea that is coming into. So institution sales, equity sales is a good entry point, and buy side and sell side and wealth management.
So sometime back we had the senior person from institutional sales,
right,
coming and talking about. He mentioned that early morning they have a huddle.
Yes.
Where all the people, so technical guy will also be there.
Yes.
He will basically tell that, okay, for a particular company, what is my view?
Yes.
Okay, where I can see whether the stock is going up or down. What is the stop loss that we should?
What is the stop loss? What is the data telling you? So people think technicals is all about chart. It's not. It's also about the data, like FIs have exited or entered into the market. What is the exits that they've taken? You get all this data also from technicals, right?
Okay, interesting. What is the scope for this role or this CMT part out of India?
Okay, I'll tell you something very interesting. There's a FINRA certification which has given exemption. It's in US. It has given exemption to only 2 degrees, that is CFA and CMT. So if you are a CMT, you get exemption from FINRA one level of exam. There are 2 levels. You get exemption for CFA or CMT. So the scope, I have seen a lot of openings in US and Canada. For CMT professionals, they actually mentioned that CMT preferred. So yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. Now suppose if you are starting now from college, okay, and you want to get into the finance side,
right?
Okay, what strategy would you use to reach here?
First is start early. Very honestly, when I was in my MBA, I proactively went and reached out and cold emailed to people that I want an internship. It's okay if you don't pay me, but I want an internship to get experience on my CV. So start early. Be very, very clear. people who are around 20, 21. Even I was very, very confused. At around 24, 25, I decided I want to be in the markets or I want to do an MBA in finance. But if you start early, if you take internships, if you proactively follow companies, follow the markets, follow sectors, these things really help. And in a lot of colleges, in a lot of whether it's graduation or masters or your MBA, there are a lot of databases available. Please utilize them. A lot of colleges have a Bloomberg, or they'll have a Cap IQ, or they'll have something or the other. Utilize them. Learn databases. That really helps.
And you mentioned about sending a cold email to get the internship. So
Yeah.
you got 4 internships from cold email.
Cold emailing. What I used to do is I used to go and search a person or a company. Generally, the cold emails have the email ID is, suppose it's Aniket Bhatia, it's Aniket.Bhatia @ your company name, or it's A Bhatia @ your company name. This is a general thing that I've noticed. So I was sending cold emails and people responded. I used to send my work in the cold emails as well, that this is my research report that I've prepared. Please, can you have a look at it?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a separate discussion on that. But one advice to candidates who want to make a career in finance from your side.
One advice would be is really this I learned very later in life, but master Excel, master financial modeling if you want to get into finance. And please give importance to networking. I'm telling you, networking is as strong a reason to get into jobs as certifications are. Networking is really important, and be proactive, because if you are not, somebody else will do that.
Wow, interesting. Wonderful, Aniket. I mean, this conversation will really help a lot of our students, candidates who want to make career in finance, who are slightly confused.
Right.
And looking at your profile, you've done so many certifications. And then from the sales side, moving to the technical side.
Right.
From the back office, which is generally tough, and
Right.
you have been able to do it. This will motivate a lot of students in the future. So again, thank you very much for
Thank you
taking
so
out
much.
time. And
Thank you
talking
so
to
much.
us.
Thank you.